All right, what's going on, guys? Jason here, SmartHelping.com, live financial modeling. Let me send out the link real quick. We're going to get into the Apple Orchard financial statement integration today. And remember, this is part of the industry-specific financial model bundle I have on SmartHelping.com. It's actually one of the first templates I've ever built. It will be available here. I'm upgrading it now. And remember, you can check out more financial models at the Financial Models tab at the top. And you can shop by category, individually, or you can buy all the templates on the whole site for $9.99. Okay, so let's jump in here. Um, like we found out yesterday, apple orchards are a little bit different because if you look at the tree purchases, those are going to be depreciable only when they start producing fruit that you're selling. So we have to use this offset year for our depreciation calculation for these tranches. So that's really, other than that, this should be pretty straightforward. I'll have to rearrange some formatting and inputs to make it nice, but that's the main thing we're going to work on here first today. So, so if we look at the CapEx, we've got a total of, well, so the building is separate. So we have 15 slots here. How many slots of purchases do we have here? 8. So that means we've got 7 for just miscellaneous equipment items or what have you, which should be fine for this. The main thing is going to be the tree purchases. Um, so so this is going to be this is going to be informing the CapEx. So what did I say? 8? Yeah, 8 slots. So this has to be blocked off as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are not going to be able to be input. They're going to come right from, so tree purchase group 1 through potentially 8. Let's lighten up the line style here. Okay, so the cost basis will be simply this. Our total cost of trees bought. All right, let's just remove the borders for now until we finish this. So there's our total cost. Useful life you can put in there. You probably have to look up with the IRS. It might change over time, but you can put the useful life there, which will determine the depreciation per month. Now the month of expenditure is going to be different. So for the building, if there is a building, um, that's separate, and that will be assumed to be in the first year of the model forecast. And if it's not relevant, you can always zero these two out. But for here, we actually need to get the correct year, which is going to depend on the year purchased here. So what I actually can do is just simply go index. To make this dynamic, we'll index the year based on matching the column with B11 in this case, with the year number in row 2. And then, so we have that, which is going to be a date. And we want to lock row 3. Oop, and row 2. So now we have a dynamic lookup. Here's the start year of each of these. And then we could just say whatever this amount is purchased in this given year. So we can simply reference this on the CapEx right there. So there's the purchase month and depreciation. We'll just see what's going on here. Let's put the useful life at like 5. Now I don't know what the useful life of like an orchard tree is. I guess it would depend on the tree, but let's just put 5. Now these numbers. Oh yeah, okay. So these numbers aren't relevant yet. We'll have to get through the rest of the updates of the model. All right, so we have our cost basis, depreciation, that. Oh, right. So we got to do the offset for the years. So actually, so this isn't actually too bad. What I'll do is it's going to be this, but it's actually going to be a 12, so E date. So I want the date of the start year offset by the initial harvest year, whatever that might be, because that's determining how long it takes. Hold on, let's see. Hold on, let's see. This might be a little more complicated. Hold on. So what's going on so year 7 we have a purchase. Make sure, is this offset still working? No. So it's assuming this jumps right up in year 7 as soon as these are bought. But this is saying it takes 3. So let's change this to years until fruit bearing. I think that's how you spell fruit bearing. Let me look it up real quick. It's BEA. Okay, that's fine. So let's say 2 years or years until fruit bearing. Or let's say, what do we want to call this? The years until, I just want to say what these 2 years are that we're waiting on. What could I call that? Like initial launch years. What to call this? Years it takes for trees to start. What the heck can I call this? Let's call it maybe harvest. Harvest wait period. And let's make it, well, this is the year your apple trees or what have you are ready to produce sellable fruits. Let's edit this note. We're going to actually say this is the number of years it takes until the trees are ready to bear fruit. So if you enter A2, that means you won't have a harvest starting until year 3. If you buy them in year 5, it means, well, How 5 do we count? So here we're saying if we did a 2, a full year 1, full year 2, year 3 it starts. If we did bought it in year 3, you got your full year 3, full year 4, then it starts in year 5. Because technically you're buying it in one. So that one and the next one, yeah, so 3, 4. So if we buy in year 5, it means they won't start bearing until year 7. Years until ready to bear. So let's say 2. Now we got to update this logic. So this has to be more dynamic. Oh, and I've got 6 production types here. So what is that? Ah, down here. Okay. So so you could percentage. You see, you enter the percentage total order that each one makes up. Okay, that's fine. So that logic needs to stay, but we need this offset to be working. So if I2 is less than C4, no, see, that's not going to work. We need another, oh, we got 2 here. Okay, that's fine. Let's put start year. Really simple. We can just literally put offset right here. So year 1 takes 2 years. So here is your actual start year for each of these. Okay. Start year. Or we'll make it real clear. Fruit bearing start year. Okay. We don't need to merge it that much. Okay, trees bought per year. Fruit bearing start year. So now we say pounds of production type 1. Okay. Well, we need to get a total. What is this doing? 96,000. Okay, hold on, hold on. This is a lot more complicated than I thought. So year range 1 to 3. Okay, got it. So these are the total. Where's my 96,000 at? All right, so 9600 is based on the zero, whatever, VLOOKUP times the harvest per year. Oh man, I probably should have a matrix for this, honestly. Here we go. So acres in use. I'm assuming this is my main driver. So what I'm going to have to do is go sum ifs acres in use, and I only want to sum the total if the year here is greater than or equal to the year here. So that should give me a running total of the total acres in use and the right offset. Wait, sum if D, if F is less than. So let's see, we should see a number here, perfect. And then the next one is in year 6. Okay, there's your offset. So you got offset first 2 years, and you buy your second tranche in year 4. You got offset year 4, year 5, and this is when the second tranche actually hits. So yeah, this logic is more accurate than what we had before, so that's good. So there's how we get to 110. So the total acres basis is this. Let's make this like a bold. Okay. So we now don't care about, so this is doing B to G10. Let me look at that. Where am I multiplying the total acres at? What is this? Okay, let's just go base calculations. So we're doing 48,000. All right, where am I finding 48,000 at? Let's just find 48,000 so I could find a basis. It's not here. Oh, acres in yield. Oh my goodness, it was over here. That's why it didn't make any sense. Okay, this is completely irrelevant. This needs to go over here. All right. So 48,000 was this number. And this is being multiplied by bushel yield. This is multiplied by size. So really, what we need to do is make the size. So this is allowing you to say if your acre is from X to X, this is how many, this is how big it should be. This is all the logic. And so we can reference we're not going to VLOOKUP I5. Oh, wait a second. We already had this. All I need to do is extend it. Sorry. Oh, I already had the logic in there. We just have to update the, well, we're going to have to use the index formula, but that's okay. So we just go index, and I want the size based on the year. And then I believe it's not an exact match. No, it's not an exact match. And then if error, just zero it out. We'll lock our columns. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, so 005, and then we should see the next one in, there's actually not a change. Yeah, I was doing the wrong calc there. Until year 9, which is based on buying in your, well, you didn't buy until year 7 in this case, you bought a new one. And this is just saying as you increase acres, this cost is based on the acres and yield cost schedule. So you can enter your acres assumptions here, and this will change. And then here's the offset. And that's why index match is so nice. Okay. So now if I2, do we need this? No, we don't need this anymore. All we do is VLOOKUP, do our VLOOKUP times C3. Yeah. Oh, wait. VLOOKUP. Oh, we don't need this then. And then there's 0, so any zeros just go to blank. Now the question is, okay, 96. I just want to make sure these numbers make sense. 32, 32. Okay. It looks like this works. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So total is 96,000, which is based on the size of 5 acres. So we have 5, that's going to fall into, so 1 up to 3 is that, 3 to 10 would be this. So there'd be 350 trees times 5. Wait, it would be, how am I doing each of these? Oh, times the harvest per year. So we're looking up the size. Times harvest per year times E45 here, percentage of total. So that makes sense. The first two are 10%, 10 and 10. Yep. Okay, so that's good. This is all good. This is what it was before. Let's drag this all the way over. So we now have a good working offset schedule. So, and then all this is just variable based on that. So none of this needs to change. Yep, all that's variable. Okay. Very good. Let's get into, so that works now, and we have our offset year or fruit bearing year. Let's see, are we using this for anything? Let me double check. I don't think so. So this is being used. So if we go to our CapEx, this is still the purchase month. But we need to do depreciation can't start for 2 years. So the end date is going to be this. let's see, D4 times 12 minus 1 plus this times 12, because that's your offset. So everything is actually going to end 24 months later, but it's going to also start 24 months later, just for this section here with the trees. Okay, so that's the offset for the end year. Offset for start month of depreciation. Now this is just going to be e-date. So spend here, month count would be 12 times this. And let me make sure I didn't go too far. Yeah, okay, that's good. And then the rest of these can just be directly equal to this, and then those will also be, you can select these manually. And those are actual dates, right? Yeah, e-date. Okay, good. All right. And then these will be editable. Whoop, not that one. Okay, these are editable. This is all not. So we'll just put these in gray. This is just your tree groups. You will want to edit the useful life. That's automatic. This is automatic. So the actual end of depreciation is this column, which how do I do this one? Okay, that looks a little bit better. So this is when each starts and when they end. And that's what I'm going to reference instead of this and this for the depreciation. And then this is just normal. This works all like normal. Okay, and let's just put some just arbitrary numbers in there to make sure it works when we do our full schedule. Okay, 6 years, that looks about right. What's going on here? Oh, years of operation. Okay, well, that would be this minus the launch year. So D7 9 full years. Make this a drop down. So you could end the forecast at any point in the future. Say I wanted to do full 10 years. And that would obviously be, no, that would be too much. So That would be 10 years. So 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 30. Yeah. So this is going to be +1. Okay, and then so CapEx, so there we got numbers in, good. Yeah, I knew this was going to be the hardest part of this whole forecast. All right, I think we can put in our divider. So this is building. Building is separate, tree groups are separate, and then there's just extra fixed asset slots for like equipment, or probably we'll have equipment for sure. Oh, these need to be divided. Okay. All right. We'll see how this works on the balance sheet with all these offsets. I'm kind of curious to see what is going to happen. Uh, Global control, so that's fine. This is good. We also have, so startup costs here. There's like kind of startup costs all over the place. So I know they're organized in this section. This is, so cost to harvest. This was still referencing this, but we don't actually need that anymore. We could just do the VLOOKUP, and then if error, just throw a 0. Yeah. And then acres and yield, what's that, the B4 to H10? It's looking at this cost. Bearing year cost per harvest. So here you can update these costs as you grow. Obviously this might get higher based on how many acres you have, but that's just dynamic. So bearing year cost per harvest. Harvest per year. So we need, doesn't that need to multiply? This should multiply by, so if it's per cost per harvest per year, let's say there's 2 harvests per year, then it's 4,500 times that. And you could say, you know, okay, when I get to 3 acres, the cost is 5,500 per year per harvest. And then maybe, you know, 7,000. Just, this is just a schedule that says based on these acres, how much does it cost per harvest per year? For 1 acre, 1 to 3, 3 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, and over 50. Alrighty. There you can see it goes up a little bit based on our schedule we did. So 20 acres would fall under 24,000, which would be 12. Yep, okay, that's good. That makes sense. I'm just looking at these costs to see what I can clean up here. Okay, so here's our tree costs. So these are no longer relevant. Well, let's see. So this cost is happening in 2027. I just want to make sure this is mirroring this. Yeah, 2027, and then 2235. Okay, so that's basically CapEx. Tree CapEx. All right, that's fine. Building is no, this is not going to be here. Well, so where's this cost and assumptions E11? Okay, so for this to work, what I can do is on the CapEx, we'll make this a reference to that. So the cost basis is going to be this. And so that's fine, that can stay. Equipment cost is obviously not relevant. Those costs will be on the CapEx in these sections. And so for that, tree CapEx, so building venue. So now this will be fixed asset equipment. And here, so I'll need to reference the cash flow statement whenever this is done. So I'm just going to put a yellow one here and clear out the formula just so I remember. Okay, that's fine. Land cost, yep, that's not really, usually land's not depreciable, so we're just going to put it in here as a cost. It's basically a non-depreciable CapEx item. So it's going to affect cash flow, but not taxable income. Right, I believe, let me double check here. It's land cost depreciable. Land can never be depreciated. Okay, pretty clear there. So, yeah, it'll hit the cash flow, but it's not going to hit the income statement. So this is fine. That's fine. Uh, these are monthly costs. These are all tax deductible, I believe. You can assume fencing's a 1 year life. Advertising, yeah. Okay, so this all is just regular tax deductible, non-equipment. So that's okay. Okay, this is good. More tax deductible things, and then debt service. Um, so okay, well so we're gonna clear this out. Actually, let me look here. Is that working? Yeah, okay, that's working fine. So Ebitda is going to be total revenue. This is not deductible. This is not. That's not. Hold on. Total cost. Oh, let's clear this out. Let's clear this out. And these things are just not going to be counted. So operating costs. Operating costs are going to be, yes, all the labor cost, provision is fine, all up to here basically. None of these are tax deductible. So it's not included in earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization. Also, this needs to end. So, well, this won't matter. These won't matter. What did I do here? Oh, I see. Okay. So if year here is greater than the exit year, which I believe is that, then 0. Wait, hold on. That should not be 0. If this year, oh, greater than year of global. No. Okay, so this is 2021 as a date, global control C5. And this is just a year number. Okay, so we need to reference D7. Okay, just pull this back. If the year number is greater than this year number, then 0. Otherwise, go on here. Okay. Oh, wait. No, 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 no. Hold on. This is the years in operation. Oh, wait, yeah. So that in theory, so if we go here, it should be done in year 10. So we got year 10. That's where do we got revenue going all the way out to the end. We have to update that as well. This is going through to 20. Why is this going to 2038? Oh, the returns tab. Okay, and this is now going to be equal to this. Okay, there we go. So now this is your stop year, which makes sense for this calc, which we need to do all the way over. Let's paste this in. So that's got to go to all of these. I might have to do something with the packaging. That's a variable cost. Okay, so we had a couple variable costs. Let's finish this up actually. We do these. Sorry about the noise. All right. So these are one time. This is fine. That's fine to drag. So we could drag this, we could drag this, we could drag this one, we could drag all of these. Packaging. So this is trying to say if I2 is less than C4, so that's no longer relevant. Otherwise, VLOOKUP the year and the cost assumptions B22, F29. Okay, and you can manually update the gallons needed based on the year ranges, so that's going to be dynamic. Okay, that's fine, that can work. What we need to do though is just put in, instead of not if I2 is less than C4, we just need to say if this equals 0, then 0. So do, oh, okay, that's perfect. And then you're in the year 10 in this case. Okay, so packaging is good. I believe all of these are good. Going over, okay. Dynamic. This is just gonna go over. Advertising can go over. Honeybee hives. Looks like this just happens in the year of new purchase tranches. Or actually, what is this? Cost assumptions E3. If K44, what's K44? What is this doing? If we look up I2 cost assumptions between. Ah, perfect. So this is, yeah, so this is doing the deer fence. So this is also another dynamic schedule. Man, I had actually I had a lot of dynamic logic in here, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's working. Let me make sure I went all the way to the end on these. So those don't matter. This is good, 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 good. All right, last one here would be this one. We'll end all of these. Okay, and then this one. And now let's change this to a 50 year. So let's go out. Well, let's just go to the end. Actually, let me go 1 year less just to make sure this is working right. So cleared. Okay, so we just need to clear out this, and I believe, yeah, I'm multiplying here, so I can just do this formula one time up top, and it'll be fine. So watch this if we, yep, okay. So this should be able to be drug over. Make sure it's just working right. Looks good. And then 0 on the last one. Perfect. Okay. Net cash flow is going to be different here. Don't worry about this. Break even year is fine. Running cash position is fine. So these are all going to be updated. There's going to be some more line items coming in. But this is fine for now. And then Ebitda. Let's see. Are these just OPEX here? So Ebitda is just total revenue minus that. Okay, so that makes sense. Man, this is a tough one today. I might end up going into day 3 on this. I think I probably will. Okay, so this is working. Say if we change this to 3, nice. So this is all working nice and dynamic. Great. Good. Um, what's this running off of? Packaging, would it be 22 to F? Ah, yeah. I really like how I did these dynamic things based on the size over time with those costs. That kind of was really good. All right, well this should be all great, and then we'll do cash flow and that once we get to it. But first, or well now that this all works, well, what's this here? Ah, why did I put salary wages? So start year times cost assumptions F37. Oh, that's this. Okay, that's fine then. We'll just put count is the, oh wait, it starts for that one, staff job type 1. Alrighty. Oh, whoops, that's start year, my bad. Start year. Alright. Well, so let's, oh, these startup costs. Okay, hold on. I think those would be added on top of anything else that's here, so year one's going to have most of just the cost anyway, but we'll add here other startup. So these items are any other one-time expenditures that are non-depreciable and not accounted for anywhere else. They would be things like website setup, legal fees, prior to launch, consulting fees. And yeah, we can just keep this how they are, and that will flow in. Okay, that's good. This is fine for now. We've got this all set up. Building, and let's put, where's the cost base for this IA here? So CE11. C cell E11 on costs and assumptions tab. Okay. So we have I guess fruit sales, we'll call it. And that's going to be equal to our revenue here. Okay. Cost of goods sold. So let's think about this. I mean, if you really wanted to get into it, you might yeah, you might say that the depreciation expense is a cost of goods sold for the trees, but I don't think we're going to get into that, so we're just going to go NA on the cost of goods sold. Now there are variable costs, but I think we'll stick all of these. Let me look back here. So this is not going to be on there. These are all just general OpEx items. And then I guess we could separate salaries and wages. So we'll say um, general OpEx, wages and sal. Oh, that's actually what I had on the other one. Okay, that's fine. So this would be equal to the sum of these items. And this would be equal to the sum of these items. And that's equal to startup cost. We have that. Okay, looking good. Ebitda, interest. Okay, so what's going on with interest? Where's our debt schedule? Oh, I removed that row from the annual detail. Okay. Well, wait. If C5 is greater than D3, what's terminal value D3? The end year. Principal is in D, interest in C. So interest is in C. Oh, do we have a different column? What are we measuring C for against? So the year number and then L. We need the year number in here. Did we hide it? No, IJK. No, okay, undo, undo, undo. Okay, year number. So we could go, let's see, I believe the best way is to do an index in this case and go index, annual detail, We want the year number here. If the date here matches the date here. I believe. I'm trying to think of the most dynamic way to make this so it won't break if you change some of the assumptions around. Oh. Oh, it can't be an exact match. Okay. What if we did, so cost and assumption C59. What if we did 6 payments a year? Would that work? Okay, in theory. Where's the start year? Oh, I got it. Okay. So we're assuming that the start year is always the first year for debt, which makes sense. Okay, this works. This will work. Let's just drag this down. I'll put this back to 12. Perfect. So now our year is Q. On our interest calc, we want Q. Okay, so there's the interest. And then now that's, oh yeah, because there's a 30-year amortization. Okay, now here's the fun part, depreciation. So building, that's fine. We have, okay, so we have all of our slots here. What we're gonna have to think about is the offsets. So for this, it should work as per normal, but the tree, whoops, the tree groups. So if year C5 is greater than global control send 0, otherwise if year C5 is greater than year CapEx G4, let's see, what's CapEx G4? Yep, that's already offset, so that's fine. 0, otherwise. Okay, well, so that's not going to work. Because we need year ranges for these. Okay. So this is a if and situation for sure. So we want to say for depreciation of the tree groups, if year C5 is greater than G4, I think that first if is fine, so that's the end. So if it's greater than that, then it's 0. But also, and so if year of C5 is greater than year of CapEx G4, or if year of this is less than, this is an or, not an and actually. So if either that's greater than year CapEx G4, or if year C5 is less than, that's got to be locked. If this is less than the start year, which is the offset over here, if or year C5 greater than this, close. Second logical, if year of C5 is less than that, wait, why is it stopping? All right, first logical string. Where's logical 2? Logical 2. I haven't ended logical 2. If C5 is less than cap X P4, okay, how are we into the logical 2 all the way over here? It should be this one. This is logical 2 if year C5 is less than cap X P4. So there's my logical test. If it's true, then 0. Otherwise, you can do the cap X. Okay. What's the problem? Oh, we don't need this extra bracket. Oh, logical 2. Okay, now it's working. I need to close that off. We're now in true or false. That. Oh, come on. If or year of C5 is greater than year of cap X G4 and or year of C5 is less than cap X P4, then 0. It thinks, so if logical test, oh, I have an extra if in here. My bad. So if or year of C is greater than this, or year of C5 is less than that, close bracket, then 0, otherwise go there. Now let's see if this works. Okay, it's just, no, it's not working. All right, I'm restarting the whole thing. If or, let's just think about this. If this date is, if it's greater than our CapEx end of depreciation here, or C5 is, so if it's greater than the end, or if it's less than the start, then 0. Let's just do a 0, 1 check here to make sure. And then we lock this and this, lock C5. There we go. Okay, so we got our ones in here. And obviously also we want to say, we want to do this as well at the front. And now instead of 1, we actually want to say it's the monthly depreciation. times 12, which would be this. Okay, and that's the full amount, so 70, and this is all the way for all the tree groups. $2023, is that right? For the second one, it should be 2029 to 2033. Oh, I've got to go P. Column P to start. Column P, column P, column P. Oh, I did that. So 2023 to 2027. 3 to 7, that's right. 5 years, so 23, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it's 2026 to 2030. So no, 2029 to 2033. So what happened on that one for group 3? Let's see if E5 is greater than G6. Okay. I knew this was going to be the hardest part of this whole freaking thing. So if it's greater than that, then 0. Or if it's less than January 2029, right? Less than P6. Oh, didn't lock it. That'd be the problem. Let's try this again. There you go. So 2029, 2033. So see this is all offset because we're purchasing it. In this case, we're purchasing here. We have the offset for 2 years because of this, how long it takes to bear fruit. You can't actually depreciate until after it starts, so that's why there's a depreciation offset. So that's fine. And honestly, my goal is going to be to finish this depreciation today, and then we're going to just tomorrow we'll finish the rest of the model, which will be faster. But this is just it's a lot to get this thing going. This one should be fine. This is assuming if there's a building, it's always in year 1. Okay, so that's working fine. Here's our depreciation. And then these, uh, yep, these got to be same as this actually. And we'll make sure those all work. So that's 21.5. 21.5, okay, good. So the math is working there based on the start month. 2027 and the end and the useful life. 6 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Great. So that was the hardest part of this whole thing, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to save there. It's been an hour and 15, and we'll keep going on this. Good day, though, man. We got through all of the revenue, got the expenses all worked out. We still have to put in the logic for the cost of the other fixed assets. This is easy. That'll be easy. Um, and then we'll just go through. We'll go through the balance sheet tomorrow, get all this, kind of make sure this is working with all our offsets. It looks like it is actually so far. The cash flow statement we'll do, and then we'll get into the valuation, and then we'll definitely be done tomorrow. But today was all that was the hardest stuff was done today. That was the most difficult things to make sure are correct with all these assumptions that already exist in here. All right, I